Hey Fit People, welcome to another Sunday night segment of cooking at IC Fit People. Figured I'd do something that we've kind of already seen tonight. A few weeks ago you saw me post the recipe that I came up with for the Wasabi Dijon Tilapia. Figured why not do a quick cooking video on that. I've kind of changed a few things in the recipe, made it a few times since, and have had some really good feedback on it as well. So what are your ingredients? Let's take a look at it. Well, of course we've got tilapia. I've got 3 tilapia fillets here tonight. I know the recipe I posted cooks for 4, which would be 4th fillet, but you can scale it up or down, however you like. Just a standard fresh tilapia fillet. We've got our namesake ingredient, the Wasabi Dijon fat-free salad dressing. Another way you could go, I was down in Florida last week when you saw us make the Mexican meatloaf, and we wanted to cook this for a friend. And we couldn't find this particular dressing, so we came up with a mixture of a wasabi sauce, Dijon mustard, a little bit of honey, cut with some water, mixed it all up, and it was perfect. It was exactly the same as this dressing. We're also using some panko breadcrumbs. Use, I don't know, about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup, depending on your taste. I posted about 1/4 cup. Since I came up with the recipe, I've also added a little bit of onion. Chopped it up, minced it up, threw it in there, kind of adds a little extra flavor. I've also made this a couple of ways. I've made this with jalapeno peppers, and I've made this with the hot, long green peppers, which is almost as hot as a jalapeno. You get a little more pepper to it. It doesn't quite blow out your eyeballs, so again, it's all how brave you are when it comes to heat. Also, I'm cheating tonight. I'm using minced garlic. It says use a full clove. Had I remembered when I went to the store to pick up garlic, I would have been all set. But fortunately for me, I had it pre-minced, so we're going to go ahead and use that. So the first thing you got to do is do your prep work. Get in there, cut up all your vegetables, and we'll go do that right now. Okay, now we're ready to go ahead and cut up our vegetables. This one's pretty easy. We only have a couple things to cut up because I chose to use the pre-minced garlic. I'm cheating. But we do have to cut up our onion, and we have to cut up our green hot. So basically, we don't need a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut my onion into a couple of slices. Go ahead and remove the skins, parts that I don't like. I'll tell you, this is where having a good knife really pays off. I got one of those ceramic knives, and nothing quite holds an edge like ceramic. It's pretty impressive how sharp that is. I'm just basically going to take this onion and I'm going to mince it. My original recipe online, I didn't have an onion. And I made this a second time. Threw in a little bit of onion, and boy, did that make all the difference in the world. It's really up to you. That's what we like about these recipes. You can go in and you can go ahead and you can alter them for your own taste. Try and keep your fingers on your hands though. Alright, got my onion all chopped up. I'm going to use one of these green hots. Go ahead and slice that up, and these are actually very simple. They're tasty and decorative for the recipe all at the same time, so I try and keep them to about 1/8 of an inch slice. You can see here, very thin. I love the smell of a good hot pepper. Now how many of these you use is completely up to your taste and how brave you are and how strong your palate is. These get pretty hot. If you're using jalapenos, they'll get even hotter. And as I said before, I like it on the fiery side. All right, and we're all set with that. All right, so we've got everything cut up. We've got our peppers and our onions cut up, and we've got our garlic right there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my baking dish, and this is just a standard, Corelle type oven baking dish, shallow pan. I just give it a quick shot using my olive oil cooking spray. Very simple. I just place my tilapia right in the pan. Try and spread it out evenly. And this little dish here works great for 3 fillets. They fit in here pretty nicely. They overlap slightly, but we make it work. A little crowding in the pool, if you know what I mean. So go ahead, I'm going to add my salad dressing, and again, I typically go by serving size on this. So if I'm talking 2 to 3 servings, I'll use 2 to 3 servings of what the bottle calls for. And speaking of serving sizes, this is a 3-serving meal that I'm making. I added up all the calories, proteins, and grams of fat, and it breaks down to, per serving, about 245 calories. I mean, super low calorie, high protein. It's got 11 grams of protein in each serving, and only 1.1 grams of fat. And those are the good fats that your body likes and your body needs. So we'll go ahead and add our, I've got 4 tablespoons of this dressing that I'm going to just kind of basically cover my tilapia. 3, 4. And we get that all nice and evenly distributed. Kind of roll it around the pan a little bit. Get it all nice and covered. And you can see here, looks pretty good, doesn't it? Next up, I'm going to go ahead and add my breadcrumbs. There's probably a little more breadcrumbs than I needed, so you could even reduce the calories further by cutting back on the breadcrumbs. Garlic. That'll get in there, get your hands good and dirty, right? And as I said in the past, you can't have too much garlic. It should be its own food group. Wendy, Robin, I'm sure you guys will agree with me. Got my garlic in there. Gonna add some onion. Again, just sprinkling all this right on top. Everything just smells so good right now. I'm also making some oven roasted sweet potatoes to go with this tonight. And I'll tell you, they're getting pretty close to being done. I got my onions on there. I'm also going to make sure I get my oven set to the appropriate temperature. I'm going to have to bring it up from where I cook the potatoes at. So I'll set it for 400 degrees. And it looks like we're already there. Alright, go ahead and put my peppers on here. Here's my tip of the day. After handling hot peppers, wash your hands really, really good. When you're done, wash them again. If you've ever played with your contacts after taking a cooking class with some hot peppers, you know what I'm talking about. That's a lesson in and of itself. Alright, and there we are. We're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and put this in the oven. 15-20 minutes until it gets good and flaky. You see it a little crispy on top, and we'll give it a try with our potatoes and see how we do. Worst part is waiting. We got everything done. It's cooked. It's on the plate. It's ready to eat. And I'll give you a little preview here. And again, this is one fillet with some oven roasted sweet potatoes, and that hot and sweet thing just really go well for me. Gonna combine it with a little side salad. Yeah, salad's great for you. This is how I get my veggies. Most things that are green, I tend to shy away from. So let's give it a shot. We'll see how we did. Again, this is a little on the hot side. We'll get a little pepper in there. Yep. Oh yeah, just the way I remember it. Get a little bit of a kick. Wait for it. There it is. So if you're feeling like you want to turn up the heat, get good protein from fish, little to no fat. It's a great meal, and like everything else that you'll see on most of my videos, they're really quick, they're really easy to make. You can make it on weekend, weeknights, whatever. So go ahead, give it a try, enjoy it, let us know what you think. Good night.